Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Show FC. I'm very sorry I wasn't there with you all yesterday. There were some family reasons I wasn't able to be free at that time. So I apologize for that. And today I'm back with another video as well after this, which will be the Chelsea talks. So starting today and today's topic that I'm going to discuss about is the fantasy Premier League talks, about the picks we should make, about the players we should go, and a lot more. I worked a lot hard for this, literally worked 5 or 6 hours to make a lot of things for you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take everything you want in terms of picks. And before I say everything, I'm not an expert on FPL. I'm a simple human being like you who does some work and plays this game for the fun and for the enjoyment that this game is. So before starting the game, I'm going to take some chat for football tweaks. My Gameweek 2 team, Edison, Trent, Zinchenko, Sharp, Cancelo, Jorginho, Kulusevski, Ward-Prowse, Salah, vice captain, and Haaland captain. That's a fantastic team football tweak, sir. And we'll get into details of it as the video goes along. So starting off with the first topic today for everyone, and I'm going to discuss on some player stats for last season. But before that, I do want to discuss on the Premier League fixtures as well that are taking place today. So these are the Premier League matches which are taking place this week. The games are Aston Villa versus Everton, Southampton versus Leeds, is Arsenal versus Leicester City, is Brighton versus Newcastle, is Manchester City versus Bournemouth, is Wolverhampton versus Fulham, is Brentford versus United, is Forest versus West Ham, is Chelsea versus Tottenham, and is Liverpool versus Palace. So these are the Premier League matches which are taking place this week. But also now going on to other details as well. So on the second slide for you all, I'm going to talk about Gabriel Jesus and what he brings for everyone involved. So Gabriel Jesus, his FPL price this season is around 8. His previous game, he had no assist and he had no goal. But for me, his performance was very, very good in my opinion. Last season, Gabriel Jesus had 21 matches and he scored 8 goals and he also assisted 8. He had 2.3 shots per game last season for Manchester City and he had 1.4 key passes per game last season for Manchester City. These are the stats which I took from who scored. So thank you for them for all the stats. The next 3 fixtures that Gabriel Jesus is going to play is Leicester City at home, Bournemouth away, and Fulham home. So if you look at the Gabriel Jesus record, last season in 21 matches, he had 16 goal and assist contribution. Along with the last game, yes, he did not score. Yes, he did not score a goal or assist, but he played a fantastic game in the last game week. He also averaged 2.3 shots. Yes, I know that was a good Manchester City team, but even Arsenal plays some fantastic football. And his next 3 matches are Leicester at home, who are really struggling this season without any signing, Bournemouth away, a newly promoted team, and Fulham at home, another newly promoted team. So Gabriel Jesus is a fantastic player to go with for an FPL price of 8. And the people who are holding on to Gabriel Jesus, I will say to them, keep this player. And another question, but I would like to do a collab video with you. I just started podcast. Sure, sir, do contact me on Instagram at the FC and we'll do something regarding that, sir. So now going on to another pick and another slide for you all. And this is about Mohamed Salah. Now, at first, I'm going with the players that everyone wants and everyone talks about. And after that, we'll go on some surprise picks. Mohamed Salah FPL price is 13. His previous game, he had 1 goal and he had 1 assist. In 21-22 Premier League season, he played 30 games and he scored 23 goals and he had 13 assists. He also averaged 4 shots per game and he had a 1.8 key passes per game. All the stats are by who scored. So if you see properly for Mohamed Salah, his price is very high. So I think new people might not be able to get him, or you might have to take some -4 points to get him. Because to get the people that haven't brought Mohamed Salah till now will have to go for one of the most expensive players in FPL, which means they will have to remove some players and which will mean deduction of points. But for the people that have got Mo Salah in their team, he scored 1 goal last match and assist. Do keep him, and making him captain will be a good advice. Last season as well, in 30 matches, he gave you 23 goals and 13 assists, which means in 30 matches, he gave you 36 goal and assist contribution. Along with that, 4 shots per game, he also provided 1.8 key passes every game. And along with that, just look at his 3 fixtures that he has got. Palace home, Manchester United away, and Bournemouth home. Just tell me, do you not see him scoring 3 goals in these games? And taking some chats here, Shrebai, don't know why Arsenal left. Oba, I still remember his playing day. He was just so great. I think Gurshan Bhai was a great goal scorer, and I don't know what happened between him and Arteta, but he was a good player who is still for me very, very underrated when it comes to scoring goals. What's your view on Chelsea signing Aubameyang? Sir, I will discuss about this on the next video that I'll be making today. At the moment, this video I've just kept around FPL1. So, sir, I'll take that question in the next video I'll make after this. So, for Mohamed Salah, I will say just look at the fixture list he's got. Palace at home, United away, Bournemouth home. Is this not a fixture list where you lick your lips and say this is the games Mohamed Salah is going to score a lot of goals and assist a lot of goals. Going to the next one, guys, and the next one is about Jared Bowman. So Jared Bowman FPL price is 8.5. His previous game against Manchester City, you have to give him a bit of doubt. It was against Manchester City at home, so it's very difficult to expect assist or goal from him. So he had no goal and he had no assist. But last year, this guy in 34 games gave you 12 goals and 10 assists, which means in 34 games, his goal and assist contribution were around 22 GA, which is fantastic for a midfielder. He also had 2.2 shots per game last season, and he also had 1.1 key passes per game last season. If you look at the three fixtures that he has got coming, that are against Nottingham Forest away, Brighton home, and Villa away. So just see the price tag that Bowman has got. He's a very good player you can really bump on for an 8.5 million price. He's a player who mostly guarantees a goal and assist because of him taking most of the corner kicks for West Ham and West Ham set pieces as well. And along with that, just see the fixture list they've got next. Is Nottingham Forest away against a newly promoted side, is Brighton at home, and is Aston Villa away. I think these are the games where Bowman is going to do well, and I think Bowman is at least going to give you a goal and an assist in these three games. So I think he's a player that you should really look after, and he's a player that I think you all should give a good look in for your FPL teams as well. The next one is no surprise is Kevin De Bruyne. Just see the FPL price Kevin De Bruyne has got. His FPL price is 12.0. In the previous game, he had no goal, but he assisted Haaland's second goal in that match. Last season, he in 25 matches scored 15 goals and he had 8 assists, which means in 25 games, he gave you all 23 goal and assist contribution. Last season, he had 2.8 shots per game, 2.6 shots per game, apologies, and he had 2.9 key passes per game, which shows you that he nearly averages 3 key passes per game. And key passes mean the passes that lead to a goal or a goal scoring chance. That's how good Kevin De Bruyne is. And along with that, just look at the next 3 fixtures Manchester City have got. Bournemouth home is the next match they have got down, which is a newly promoted team at Etihad Stadium, a match where you expect Manchester City to dominate a lot of proceedings. They have also got Newcastle away, where you expect Newcastle to be sitting back and trying to counter. So Kevin De Bruyne will have a lot of time on his pace to take advantage of the Newcastle defensive line. And then Crystal Palace at home as well, a team that has disturbed Manchester City, but a team that you'll back Kevin De Bruyne to score and assist against as well. So these are the Kevin De Bruyne stats for this game, and just look at the fixture list he's got. So does price go down if a particular team do not perform well, like Bruno for United and Villa players? I do think it goes down, but surprisingly, football creeks in this first game week, prices haven't gone down that much, but prices have increased. Haaland prices increased after his good performance. So do expect if Kevin De Bruyne scores a goal and assist, his price might go from 12 million to 12.1 to 12.2 million. Bowen, Rice, Coutinho, Fabianski, looks like West Ham is looking to make a really good attack and core group. I think they're making a very good as well, Groshinji, and they also have got a backup goalkeeper in Ariola as well. And I do think they've got some many more players to look after as well. Hi, Shrey Basa FC. Hi, sir. I hope you're well and good. And at the moment, I was talking about Kevin De Bruyne and the stats Kevin De Bruyne has and how is Kevin De Bruyne going to do this season. And for me, take De Bruyne in an FPL team if you haven't, if you can replace someone, because the next 3 matches he has got are very good. And especially for players that are trying to play wildcard, which I will advise to not do so early, I think Kevin De Bruyne is a must pick. And the people who have got him in his team, do keep Kevin De Bruyne in your team as well. Going to the next slide, and that's about the surprise part now, Matty Cash. Matty Cash FPL price is around 5 million. In the previous game, he did not score or assist and also conceded 2 goals. So the Aston Villa did concede 2 goals in that game and did not do well. In 21-22 season in the Premier League, Matty Cash had played mostly all games, including sub appearances, and he had 4 goals and 3 assists in that game, which are very good for a defender. He also has 0.5 crosses per game. He also has 0.7 key passes per game. And Aston Villa last year took 11 clean sheets as well, which gives you around 4 points for a clean sheet. But you also look at the 3 fixtures that are coming for Aston Villa. It's Everton at home, Crystal Palace away, and West Ham home. I do expect Aston Villa to keep clean sheet, at least 2 of them. I do see them keep a clean sheet against Everton, who are right now without Calvert-Lewin and really struggling attackingly and making more of defensive signings as compared to attack. Palace at the moment without Conor Gallagher, I think are lacking that attacking edge as well. And I do think Palace is a game where Aston Villa can be back to keep a clean sheet. West Ham is a game where I can't see them keep a clean sheet, but I can see Matty Cash have at least an assist in their game as well. For me, if you've got your Matty Cash in the team, keep him. 110% keep Medicash in a team. And if you haven't got him and want to replace a defender, do you think who will not get good points for 5 million? Medicash is a no-brainer, and for me, he must be in a team. For me, I have to arrange my team as well, but I will be putting Medicash in it if I can, because the fixture is that he's got coming, and these are some exciting fixtures to look forward to. And taking some chance as well now. For my backup goalkeeper, I took a risk and brought Caballero for a good pick. I think he's cheap as well. For me, I went with Gazaniga as well because Gazaniga was costing just 4 million. So that was a good pick in my opinion. And Barca FC with this team, Edison, Koulibaly, Maguire, Arnold, Neves, De Bruyne, Sancho, Coutinho, Wilson, Haaland, Mitrovic. My game week 2. I think that's a fantastic lineup, Barca FC. Fantastic lineup. The only doubt I've got is that in the first game, Harry Wilson did not play. So will he be played in the first game is the only doubt I've got about him. I think Koulibaly is a good choice, and I think Maguire, for me, I cannot see United keep a clean sheet, so that's a bit for doubtful for me. I think Neves is a good pick. De Bruyne is one of the best pick. I think Sancho is also a good pick. I do think Sancho is going to improve, and Haaland is a fantastic pick, especially looking at the fixture list that you've got as well. Going to the next part and the next player to look forward to, that's Ivan Toney, and a player, I think, a team that people are sleeping upon. His FPL price is cheap for 7 million, especially in a team which has also got, you can say, players like मेरे को Julian Alvarez की replacement बता दे. I think replacement का मुझे, I do think Gaurav भाई Julian Alvarez का that you can go for this player as well. I'm sorry I did not change the name. I'm so sorry. It's Ivan Toney. I apologize for that. It's a big mistake on my part. So I apologize for that. So this is Ivan Toney. And Ivan Toney is a player I think Gaurav bhai you can go for. Ivan Toney FPL price is just 7. So please do not mind this name. It's Ivan Toney. And I'm very, very sorry I was not able to insert that. I'm very, very sorry, guys. I just saw now I put the wrong name in there, and I apologize to you all as well. So Ivan Toney has FPL price of 7. And along with that, he has got 0 goals, and he had got 1 goal in the last game as well. His 21-22 Premier League stats are in 32 matches, 12 goals and 5 assists, 2.7 shots per game, 1.3 key passes per game. And the next 3 fixtures, guys, you have to look forward to are United home, Fulham away, and Everton home. I do think these are the fixtures where I can expect Ivan Toney to score goals. And this is a player, Gaurav bhai, you can go after. So going to the next slide, teams with good fixture lists ahead. So before going to that, I think I will have to look at the price. I think, sir, I will look at this price. I will just look at the FP as well so I can find the price for you. But I do not think you should go for Mope. I cannot see him scoring goals. And Welbeck is the player that's being preferred above him as well. And my backup goalkeeper is Sanchez. I think that's fantastic. That's fantastic goalkeeper. And Brighton will keep a lot of clean sheets this season when they get the chance. And the price for him is also very, very cheap in my opinion. Now going on to teams with good fixture list ahead. And going with the teams now with good fixture list here. First of all, let's go to Arsenal. You can see Arsenal on the screen here and the fixture list that Arsenal have got. Just see this great fixture list Arsenal have got. And Arsenal have Leicester City home. They've got Bournemouth away. They've got Fulham home. And they've got Aston Villa home. So just see the games that Arsenal have got and how good these games look on paper. So if you look at Arsenal, I think everybody knows and the players to look out from are Gabriel Jesus, are Saka, are Martinelli, are Odegaard. I think these are the players that I think most of the people will be going with, and the most of the people will be agreeing with this, that these are the players they want to go with. But for me, Odegaard, for me, his goal and assist is a bit doubtful for me, so I won't go for Odegaard. I think Martinelli is a player that I think you should go for cheap price. Saka for me is a must one, and Jesus for me is a must one. For me, at least every team in the FPL must have at least one of Saka or Jesus, or I think it could be a big mistake on your part. While Martinelli could be a good cheap pick as well, and Odegaard, for me, I have only doubt about Odegaard when it comes to GA. Some surprise pick I do think people can go upon for cheap prices is Zinchenko and Saliba. Zinchenko is only going to cost 5.1 million for you, while Saliba is just going to cost 4.5. In these games, I can expect Arsenal to keep at least 2 clean sheets. So Saliba and Zinchenko are a good place to go for that. And along with that as well, I do see Zinchenko giving an assist as well because he has been the more attacking fullback for Arsenal. So it's a very, very good pick to go with. And I want to Sergio Gomez, a new signing on the list. I think at the moment, I think FPL might not have updated it, but I do think they will update it by. But overall, I do see City still going with Cancelo at the left and Walker at the right. So you see Arsenal here. And for me, Jesus and Saka are must in a team. While Martinelli is a surprise pick you can go for. And some surprise pick for me for cheap prices are Zinchenko and Saliba. And it's a very good point that Zinchenko is a mixture of a left back and a center back. center midfielder, center defensive midfielder, and cam. And this is why I think he's a fantastic choice to go for you in a team. He's available for just 5.1, which is a very cheap price. He's the most advanced fullback for Arsenal football team. So he has the chance to assist and score for you. He, along with that, Arsenal have got a very good fixture list where you do expect Arsenal to keep at least 2 to 3 clean sheets. So I think he's a fantastic player that Arsenal can look forward to and go for. And going with the next team, and what are the first game week points? So my points were 64 in the first game week. I think it did not go well, but I expecting myself to bounce back well in the next game week. And going with the next team and talking about Liverpool now. If you look at the Liverpool's fixture list, Liverpool have got Crystal Palace home, they have got Manchester United away, they have got Bournemouth home, they've got Newcastle home, and they've got Everton away. So at the moment, for me, if I look at this fixture list, this is a very tasty fixture list if you got Liverpool. I can see Liverpool scoring every match that's shown. Everton is a goal scoring match. Newcastle is a match which could be a bit tighter. Bournemouth, I think Liverpool are going to score a lot of goals. United defensively are an absolute shambles right now. And Crystal Palace at home is a fixture. Liverpool always score goals. So for me to look out from Liverpool, I think is Mohamed Salah, who is going to cost you 13 FPL million prices. Trent Alexander-Arnold, another must pick in a team, is going to cost you 7.5. Robertson is going to cost you 7. And Nunes is going to cost you 9. But now going with a surprise pick, that's Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz played very well for me in the first game, but did not get the goal he deserved. He hit the bar. I think he also scored a goal which was disallowed. I think Diaz is a good player. You can go for 8, or even a Nunes, you can go for 9. I think Salah is a must pick in every FPL team. For me, I apologize to everyone, but you cannot go without Salah in an FPL team. He's going to give you the most points in an FPL season. And going without Salah is an absolutely bad decision in FPL. While Trent is another player you cannot drop in a team. This guy can get clean sheets. This guy can put your crosses into the box. He can score goal as well. I think you at least in a team need to have at least one of Trent or Robertson and Mohamed Salah as well. I think other than that, if you don't have these players, you can go with Nunes as well or Luis Diaz as well. Luis Diaz for 8 million is a good price in my opinion. Going towards the next team now and going to the next fixture list. I think the fixture list here is I'm going to talk about is Manchester City. And Manchester City have got Bournemouth home. They've got Newcastle away. They've got Barcelona. That's a friendly match, so do not count that. And they've got Crystal Palace home. And they have got Nottingham Forest home. Now looking at the Premier League matches, is Bournemouth home, is Newcastle away, is Crystal Palace home, and is Nottingham Forest home. Just see the chance City have got to score. Bournemouth is a match I can see City win 2 or 3-0. I can see them beat Newcastle 2-1, 3-1. I can see them beat Palace at least 2-1 at home. And I can see them beat Nottingham Forest 3-0 or 4-0. For me, I do see City score a lot of goals and also some rotation in some parts. This is why De Bruyne or a Haaland, one of them in a team is a must. You have to have at least one De Bruyne or for me, you can go with Haaland in a team. Other picks that you can go with is Cancelo. Cancelo is a no-brainer for 7. I think Foden and Mahrez, both of them are not going to play in a game week. So it's either going to be Foden or it's either going to be Mahrez. So do go with only one of them, not both of them. For me, the other surprise picks that Manchester City have got are Grealish, Alvarez, and Gundogan. I think Alvarez can come from substitutes because Premier League has got 5 substitutes now and can score at the end part of the game. I think Grealish, for me, especially with a striker, can be very deadly and can have some assists every game. And Gundogan is a surprise pick who always chips in with the goal and always either from the bench can provide you some goals as well. So for cheap price, he can be an option you can go with. But for me, you at least must have Cancelo in your team and at least have one of De Bruyne or Haaland in your team. Other than that, for me, is some surprise pickers to go with if you haven't got the budget to go for De Bruyne or a Haaland. So going on, before taking some chance as well, and 67 points Football Creeks got in last game week. So I think he did a fantastic job in my opinion. For me, Barca FC, mine was 52. Diaz, Sancho, Coutinho, Arnold, De Gea. My mistake, I choose him. Maguire, they failed to give me points. I think Diaz, you can go with another game week as well. Liverpool have got good fixture list. For me, Coutinho, Aston Villa have got good fixture list as well. For me, Sancho, I think Sancho could be a doubt, but Brentford is a match where he can expect to do well. But Maguire, for me, is a one you can remove if you want. But that depends on you, Barca FC. And I think De Gea could be a wrong choice because I cannot see United keep clean sheets. And how about Darwin Núñez for Liverpool? He had a fantastic game against Fulham. And just see the fixture list Football Creeks has got. It's Palace home, United away, Bournemouth home, Newcastle away, and it's Everton away. I think you can go with Darwin Núñez, especially at a price of just 9 million. Taking another chat as well, and hi Descaimi game. That's me, Barca FC, but this is my main account. I guess you have seen me. Yes, sir, I've seen you. And thank you, sir, to join. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. And going on to the next team and discussing about the next team now, there's Brentford. And I think Brentford are a team people are sleeping upon. Now, if you see the Brentford fixtures, they have got Manchester United home, they have got Fulham away, then they have got the EFL Cup, and then they have Everton home, and then Palace away. So do look at the Premier League fixtures they have got. Is United home, Fulham away, Everton home, Palace away. I can see Brentford scoring every of these games. I can see them score a goal against United. I can see them score a goal against their promoted rivals Fulham. I can see them score against Everton, and I can 100% see them score against Crystal Palace. For me, Brentford are a team people are sleeping upon. I cannot see Brentford keep a clean sheet, but I can do see Brentford do big surprises. And I do agree with Football Creeks here. I can expect here at least a draw in this game, or even a defeat, but a high scoring defeat. So I think people should not sleep upon Brentford, and the fixture list Brentford have got as well. Yeah, therefore, I switched both my goalkeepers, Edison and Sanchez. Agree. And overall, I will say one thing is Brentford have got some fantastic fixture list, and Brentford are going to score some goals in this. I can see them losing to United 2-3. I can see them beat Fulham 1-2. I can see them get a draw against Everton 2-2. And I can see them get a 1-1 draw against Palace. For me, Brentford are going to score goals for you. And I think people must go with Brentford for me. If you see the players that everyone is going to talk about is Tony and his Mbumu. Now, Tony is available for 7 FPL million, and Mbumu is available for 6 million FPL. And I think you must have at least one of these two players in your team. I think you must have Tony as a striker, especially for a low budget, or at least Mbumu. While some surprise pick people I'm going to talk about is Visa and Norgard. Visa plays near to the striker as well, and Sergio Canes is also injured. So Visa is a player I think you can go for if you want some cheap player, and he will cost you 5.5 million. While Norgard is also going to cost you 5.5 million as well. He's a midfielder and can give you some points as well. But for me, Norgard is a player I won't advise you to go for, because I cannot see them keep a clean sheet in these games. I cannot see Brentford keep a clean sheet, so do not go with any defender or a goalkeeper for Brentford. But do go for Tony, do go for Mbumu in the team, at least one of them. Brentford have some good matches. Tony is going to score in those, and Mbumu is going to assist or score in those. So do go with at least one of them for me, in my opinion, people. And I have got Tony captain in my team, and I'm backing Tony to score in all of these games. And this is why Tony is a captain, or at least in my team in this FPL regards. And I can't see City conceding until game week 7 when they play Spurs. I do agree. I think City are a team that's tough to score against, and City are a team you cannot really go against, in my opinion. And suggest karo, bro, फिर Maguire की जगह किसको लाओ as 0 in bank? I think you can go with Matty Cash. Go with Matty Cash. That's Sky Gaming if you want. I think if you want to replace Maguire, go with Matty Cash. He's going to cost you just 5.5. And just look at the stats Matty Cash has got. Just going with a slide for you. Just see he has got 5 FPL prizes. Just see the fixture list he's got. Everton home, Palace away, West Ham home. He can also get you some clean sheet as well. And he's a player I do think you can go after. Along with that, I will also say to you, go for, do give a look out to Zinchenko as well. Zinchenko is going to cost you 5.1. Saliba is going to cost you 4.5. So you can go with Zinchenko, or you can go even with Matty Cash. I think these are the players from me. That's Sky Gaming you should go with, in my opinion. And these could be some very, very good picks for you, in my opinion. Going on to some next players team as well. And we have finished on Brentford. Now going on with Chelsea. And for Newcastle Football Creeks, there was some tough fixtures coming up. I do not see Newcastle keeping a lot of clean sheets. So that's why I will advise not to go for Shah. But I think everyone has their own choice as well. For me, just see Chelsea's fixture list. So Chelsea have Tottenham. And that's a very good one. That's a very, very good one. Zuma is a very, very good choice, especially with the fixture list West Ham has got as well. So especially showing you here as well on Jared Bowman. Just a minute. So West Ham in the next 3 matches have got Nottingham Forest away, Brighton home, Villa away. So this is a very good pick to go with, and good shout by Football Creeks. And going on with some other ones as well. And no problem, sir. It's an absolute pleasure for me, and I'm enjoying this show with you all. And you also thank Football Creeks. Big part, I think I'm enjoying this chat with you all. And thank you so much for people that have tuned in. So going towards Chelsea chat, people, and just see the Chelsea fixture list that's coming up. Chelsea have got Tottenham at home, where it can go anyway. This could end 0-0. This could end 2-0 defeat for Chelsea. This could end a 2-0 win for Chelsea. This could end a 1-1. This could end a 2-2. So this is a match I'm not really banking but much upon. You cannot guarantee Chelsea will keep a clean sheet. You cannot guarantee Chelsea will score. You cannot guarantee will Tottenham score. So this is why Son, Kane, and everyone this week is doubtful for me. Next fixture Chelsea have got is Leeds United away. Then Chelsea have got Leicester home. Then Chelsea have got Southampton away. And then Chelsea have got West Ham home. For me, Reece James is a must in every team because he can give you a clean sheet and he can also score goals. For me, you can have Chilwell in your team as well because Chelsea will have chances for clean sheets as well. For me, Mount is a no-brainer, especially for 8 million. So if in your team you want Haaland as well, you also want some other expensive player as well. So you can go with 8 million in Mason Mount. But for me, Sterling is a very good choice as well. But Sterling is going to cost you 10 FPL million points. So in that regards, you have to see, are you banking Sterling to score at least 3 or 4 goals in these matches? Or is better to not go with Sterling? So if you're expecting Sterling to score in these games, do go with him. He's a good choice. Leeds United is a very good fixture. Leicester is a good fixture. Southampton is a good fixture. West Ham is a good fixture. And I can see Sterling scoring some of these. So in my team, Sterling is there because I can see Sterling scoring against Leeds, Leicester, Southampton at least. I can see Sterling score 3 goals in at least in these 5 games. So I am going with Sterling. But people who are doubtful about Sterling's goal scoring in these games, don't go for him because he's going to cost you 10 FPL points. 10 FPL million, James is a must buy. Chilwell for me you can go for, but the thing is that Chilwell is at the moment coming after injury, so he might not play every game. And if you want Mason Mount in a team for 8 FPL million points, that's a good choice to go with as well. But now going on some surprise FPL pick as well. I think Havertz is a surprise pick because until and unless Chelsea sign a striker, whether Aubameyang, Depay or Zaha, I think Havertz is a fantastic choice to go with. And has a false 9, he's going to give you some goals as well. I think Cucurella, people will say why. But Cucurella, for just available for 5, Cucurella is going to be very cheap, people. Chelsea will play Cucurella a lot. Silva in the last game had some injury. Koulibaly also had some injury as well. And Aspilicueta for me is not going to play every game. And Cucurella will play in at least 3 of these games in 5. And at least Cucurella will come from the bench for Chilwell at around 60 minutes, 70 minutes. And Cucurella is good back to get a clean sheet. And even don't be surprised that Chelsea play both Chilwell and Cucurella in most of the games. Do not be surprised that in the Tottenham game, Chelsea back 3 is Cucurella, Koulibaly, Silva with Chilwell at left wing back and James at right wing back. So Cucurella is a player that can play at left centre back as well. And then Kante is a good choice to go with because for me, Jorginho and Kovacic will be rotated at least until Premier League game week has 7 days break. And Kante is a very good choice to go with. That's why he can intercept. He can also give you some assists, some points. And for 5 million, it's a cheap point to have in a team and saving the budget for the other players as well. And then Pulisic, for me, people will laugh at me. But Pulisic can be an impact sub. And all of these games, Pulisic can come on late and assist or score as well. So for 6 million, he can be a good choice to go with if you want to go with some cheap player as well. So now, before going on to another slide, I will take some questions here. And to be honest, the game week for me goes to my forwards. I had chosen Mitrovic, Wilson, Haaland, and 2 of them scored brace. And Wilson scored 1 as well. So I'm keeping the same as forward. I do agree. I think it's going to be a good choice here for strikers. I will say you that do go with Haaland as captain as well, or some other pass in your team where you can go with a captain as well. Because Haaland has got a good chance to score against Bowman as well. But do tell me a full game Dead Sky Gaming so I can see what team you've got as well. And this game may start City a lead in Premier League table, but this Premier League Bournemouth can surprise. I think Bournemouth can give City a good fight. I can see it not being a 4 or 5-0, but I can even see City winning 3-1, but I cannot see Bournemouth surprise them. City are that good right now. And I will like Sterling as CF. He can get penalties for Chelsea, but penalties will only be taken by Jorginho. Until and unless Jorginho is dropped, penalties will not be taken by Sterling. So that's also a factor I think people need to remember. And these are the picks and the fixtures that Chelsea have got. Moving on to the next slide, people, and that's about Aston Villa. So Aston Villa, the next fixture list is they have got Everton at home. Sorry, this is for Everton. I apologize. This fixture list is for Everton. I'm so sorry. Everton have got Aston Villa away. Then they have got Nottingham Forest home. Then they have got Brentford away. And then they've got Leeds United away. So Everton have these fixture list. Now, Everton is a team where you can go for some cheap players to fill your team as well. And those players will surprise you as well. Tarkowski can cost you 4.5 million and can also free space for the other budget where you might want to spend big. Gray is another player who's going to play in all of these games. And I do expect Everton to score some of the games. And I do expect Everton to score at least 1 in all of these games, or at least in 3 games of these. And Gray can be a big factor in those. For me, Gordon is a must buy for a cheap price, just 5.5 million, and can do a fantastic job for you. Now going to some surprise picks. Rondon's suspension is over, so Rondon can play some big pass in this game. McNeil is right now playing as an inside forward for Everton and can do his part as well. And Dele Alli is a player I've put him because in the preseason, Frank Lampard tried Dele Alli as a false nine. So do look out for that. And I won't be surprised that we see some of that happening in this game week as well. So overall, for me, Everton have got a nice fixture list, but not a fixture list where I can guarantee big points from Everton. But why I have put Everton here is because people, I do say go for some cheap Everton players to fill your team and they can give you some points. Players like Gordon or players like Tarkowski. These could be two good players to go for cheap prices and at least put your in 11 or even on a bench and put a bench boost on. So I send my team Barca FC, that's me. I will look at a team Barca FC. And yes, I think this is a very, very good team you've got. Edison, Koulibaly. I do say remove Maguire. Arnold is a good choice. I think Neves is a good choice as well. Wolves have got some good fixtures, but I think Wolves' next fixture is against Tottenham. But I think if you make more than one transfer pick, you will lose a lot of points as well. So it's smart not to go with -4 or -8 points. De Bruyne is a fantastic choice. Sancho is a good one, but can Sancho score against Liverpool in the next game week? Or Brentford is a bit of concern for me. Coutinho is a good choice. Wilson is a good choice. And Haaland is a captain. Mitrovic, I think that's a very, very good lineup in my opinion. And taking some here, to be fair, I know Jesus and Sterling so much. That's why I haven't picked them in back-to-back game week, because I know they will miss their chances goal scoring draft for 10 games. Not only this, we do not even know how many chances Chelsea are going to create for Sterling. So that's also doubt in my brain right now, that Chelsea for me do not play a lot of creative football because we haven't got a lot of creators. And that's a thing that's causing a lot of problems for our attackers. But our attackers also not good enough. I think some of our attackers lack that key pass. And we haven't got a Kevin De Bruyne in a team as well. Going to the next one, these are the fixtures that Aston Villa have got. So Aston Villa have got Everton at home, Crystal Palace away, they have got West Ham home, they've got Arsenal away. For me, people, I can see Aston Villa doing very well in at least 3 of these games. I can see them beat Everton 2-0. I can see them beat Palace away with a clean sheet. I can see them getting at least a draw 1-1 or 2-2 against West Ham. Aston Villa is a team I think you people can bank upon this game week, or at least go with one of their cheap players if you want to go with one transfer this week. I think Martinez for 5 is a good price, especially for a goalkeeper, but you have to be sure that he will give you a clean sheet. Ings at 7 and Watkins at 7.4. I will say for me, I'd rather go with Watkins, but Ings has also chipped in whenever required. Leon Bailey, for me, if you want to go with a cheap player or 5, is a very, very good choice. Matty Cash, for me, I've already talked about, is a player you should go with. I've also said this to Dead Sky Gaming as well, who was in the chat, that Matty Cash is a very cheap defender you can go with because he can assist, he can also keep a clean sheet. So that's a good choice. And then Lucas Dean as well, and then Coutinho. Some surprise players you can go with is Ramsey, because Jordan Ramsey under Steven Gerrard has scored a lot of goals as well for Aston Villa and plays a bit more attackingly. And Eric Konsa at 4.5. So you can sign Eric Konsa for 4.5 million, keep him in your team, and save the other budget for some big players as well. So Eric Konsa at 4.5 is very, very cheap. Matty Cash at 5 is very, very cheap. Lucas Dean at 5 is very, very cheap. And Leon Bailey at 5 is very, very cheap. So for me, do go with some of these players if you want to save budget for the other part as well. How about Bernardo Silva? He can be surprise pick. For me right now, I will say because of the uncertainty regarding his future, I don't know the level of professionalism or performance he will have. That's the only concern I've got with Bernardo. And I won't even be surprised that Guardiola does not play him until his future is sorted. I personally don't like Manchester City players. They switch their players a lot. Therefore, we should go with percentage. Who has the most chance of playing? I agree. But I will say one thing, that Kevin De Bruyne is a certainty in this team. Kevin De Bruyne is an absolute certainty in this team. And Kevin De Bruyne is a player you can all go for. So for me right now, if I have to go with my FPL ones, I think if I have to go with you all as well, I think Aston Villa have got a good fixture sheet as well. So do look for Aston Villa. For me, another team you can go for is Brentford with some surprise picks, especially Mbumo and Tony, because Aston Villa have got, Brentford have got some very, very good fixture, and Tony is a very, very no-brainer in this all matches. I will also say do look for Manchester City with the fixture list they've got, and do go for at least one of Haaland or Kevin De Bruyne in a team. If you can't even go for both of them like me, because I already have Salah, Saka, Bowman, Tony in my team, do go with players like even Foden or even Alvarez or Grealish. And now Liverpool is a team I think you people can really bank upon. If you have Salah in your team, go make him a captain as well. Trent, keep him in your team. And if you cannot keep any of these players or sign these players, do go for a surprise pick in Nunes or Diaz as well. And at least for me, in your team, you must have one of Trent or Robertson in your team, 110%. For me, along with that, with Arsenal is a team you should go with. Jesus at 8 million is an absolute no-brainer. If you at least need to sign some other players, if you have Gabriel Jesus in a team, do not remove him. Saka is a very good choice as well. And if you have Bukayo Saka in a team, do not remove him. Martinelli is also a very, very good choice to go with for a cheap price as well. And Odegaard for me is a bit doubtful because I'm not sure about his GA. And if you want to go for some cheap defensive picks, I think Zinchenko at 5.1, who is more advanced for Arsenal as a fullback, and Saliba are no-brainers. And after that, I will say, do go for Ivan Toney, do go for Matty Cash and this, and do go look out for these players. And then Kevin De Bruyne, Salah, Bowman, for me, these players are absolute no-brainers and players I think you should really go upon. So this was my FPL today, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed this. I worked a lot hard for you guys to make the stats. I hope you enjoyed this. I worked 5 to 6 hours to make all of this for you, collecting the stats. Just a short appreciation. It will go a long way if you can subscribe to my channel and support my channel. If you think I've said something wrong, or my stats have been wrong, or my analysis have been wrong, do give me feedback on this so I can improve upon. And please, it doesn't take much time, do subscribe. And please, like, it only goes so far helping the channel. And taking some final chance here, Andres Pereira is a good pick if you want to go with cheap price. I cannot see him do a lot for Fulham, but if you want to have a cheap player in a team so that you can save money for Salah or Haaland, then I think it's a good choice to go with. And no, it's just 2 or 3 game winner. I do agree in that regards. So on that note, people, I will end this video. Thank you everyone in the chat as well who has joined. Gaurav Bhai, Abasa FC, Dead Sky Gaming, Football Freaks, and all others who have joined in the chat. It's all your people that I continue this work. It's for you people. I keep working hard. I put a lot of hard work into it. So do subscribe and do like the content. And if you have some problem, do pinch me on Twitter at Shay765 or do pinch me on Instagram at ShayFC. And you can give me feedbacks, or if you want some collaborations, you can come with me and talk to me on regarding that. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you have a great day. Please people do like, subscribe, and please support the channel. Thank you.